today I would like to introduce you to our new puppy, Freddy. We got him about 2 weeks ago. He's a little sleepy right now, and he is 3 months old. He's a golden retriever, and we love him so much. He's actually my sister's puppy. We had gone on an outing to the grocery store, and then Emmy was like, "Can we stop by the pet store?" And I was like, "Sure." And so we went in, and Emmy had always wanted a golden retriever, so we found Freddy, and Emmy fell in love with him. Emmy's wanted a dog her whole life, so we are just beyond thrilled to have him, and she's doing such an awesome job taking care of him, but there's no surprise there. So we take Freddy out walking a lot, and we get asked this question all the time, which is like, "Freddy, how did you come up with that name?" So Emmy actually came up with that name. She named Freddy after one of her heroes, Mr. Fred Rogers. So many people know Mr. Rogers as the beloved television host of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, a children's show that ran for over 30 years. One thing that you may not realize, though, is that Mr. Rogers was actually a powerful advocate for nonviolence. Through his faith, admiration of Gandhi, and practice of nonviolence, he was able to transform the way that children saw the world. Actually, the first week of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood in 1968 showcased the themes of war and peace, especially in the narratives that were told in the neighborhood of make-believe. One story in particular did this, where King Friday put up a wall because he was so afraid of Lady Elaine Fairchild changing the landscape. He made everyone give their name, rank, and serial number when walking around the neighborhood, and he even sent out spies. He tried to fire off cannons at paratroopers that he thought had invaded his land, which actually hadn't happened. So Daniel Tiger got the idea that they should send out these things called peace balloons over the castle with messages, oh, Freddy's a little restless, of peace and love to signal to King Friday that they wanted peace and that they wanted to resolve the conflict. So Lady Aberlin helps him taking time off of work to make the balloons, and they send them off, and King Friday is at first puzzled, but then he stops to read them, and he realizes that the neighborhood actually wants peace. So shortly after, King Friday tore down his wall and barbed wire, and the show ends with Mr. Rogers saying, "Isn't peace wonderful?" So while this may seem like a simple story, it can actually teach us a lot about nonviolence. What can it teach us? So it first teaches us that peacemaking requires us to think creatively. Also, it's time consuming. Lady Aberlin had to take time off of work to work on the peace balloons. It teaches us that we're not always sure if our ideas will work, because Lady Aberlin expressed doubt about if the balloons would even stop King Friday, if they would do anything at all. Sometimes working for peace leaves us wondering in the short term, but can show great benefits in the long term. These messages were especially timely when Mr. Rogers was starting his program in 1968. I'm gonna let Freddy go for a minute. The Vietnam War was raging, and there were extreme racial tensions. He gave his attention to those issues, and he bravely talked about war, racism, assassination, and even terrorism. He told children, and he told us all, that we have a personal responsibility to work to correct these issues. We have to understand them, and then we have to work for peace. He created a safe space for children where they were heard, valued, and loved, and he showed deep care for the people on his show. One of his greatest accomplishments, I think, was his ability to give people dignity. Dignity is a key part of nonviolence. When we take away someone's dignity, we make it easier to hurt them, and that's one of the key tactics of violence. He used compassion to counteract violence. So I hope that the next time you see Mr. Rogers, whether it be on TV, on a book, wherever, think of him not just as a quiet, simple television host, but as a man who believed in nonviolence and shared that with children and people all over the globe. So I'm gonna go get Freddy. I'll be right back. So I hope that you enjoyed meeting Freddy, and also hopefully learning a bit more about Mr. Rogers. I'm sure that you will see Freddy in more subsequent videos. Please subscribe and check out our website and social media. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.